everybody, this is the Chipster. I'm here today. I'm going to be replacing the fuel filter on my 2024 Chevy Silverado Z71 with the 3-liter Duramax. So here's what you're going to need for the job. A replacement filter element. I'm using the GM Genuine Parts 13539 108. You're also going to need a 36 millimeter socket. You'll see in a minute this is used to loosen and tighten the housing the filter is housed in. I like to wear my black nitrile gloves just to avoid any contamination. You're also going to need a torque wrench for retightening. A lot of people just tighten it to feel, but I'm a stickler for torque, and I've got this preset to 20 Newton meters, which is the proper torque for reattaching the housing. It is plastic, so I think it's more of a danger that people will over tighten it than under tighten it, and I don't want to crack that baby. And also I've got my breaker bar for loosening only, because I don't know how tight the other guy left it. And I'm using my handy dandy oil drain pan to catch the excess diesel fluid. All right, now let's get to work. So the first thing I'm going to do is relieve the pressure from the fuel by cycling the ignition on and off. Now, do this with your foot off of the brake and just tap the engine start button momentarily. Okay? Turn it back off. So I've got my truck ramps out here. I'd like to give myself a little extra space. Let's get up here and look and see what we're doing. The fuel filter is located right here by the frame rail. Oh, there it is, inside the frame rail. You can see there's a space for a T40 Torx. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen that. This is the water separator part. So if there's any water in your fuel, you can drain that out. And then I'll get the 36 millimeter hex on here to do my loosening. So here I've got my drain pan with the cap off here and the vent open. Now I'm on a slope here, so I want to make sure that I put this thing so the drain is downhill. Otherwise, you could get a bath in diesel fuel all over your driveway or you. I've got my 36 millimeter, the breaker bar ready to roll. And I've got my T40 Torx. I'm going to use actually first to remove that water separator drain plug. And I put some cardboard under here. It's just easier to slide across my concrete driveway that way. So first things first, I'm going to grab my T40, put it in there. Make sure your pan is positioned properly. I guess there wasn't any water in my fuel filter. So I'm going to go ahead now and remove this housing. Kind of bounce it a little bit sometimes. A little uneven pressure is what it takes to get it, you know, going. It's been there 30,000 miles, you know, it's not going to just spin right off. A couple of turns with this bad boy, and we'll get it loosened. See, fuel's already starting to come out. I'm just going to go ahead and spin this off. You're going to get a little more than just a little diesel fuel. And look at that, it's spraying out everywhere. Pick this thing up a little bit, minimize the splashage. And just let it all drain out for a minute. Eventually the dripping gets a little easier to deal with. We're gonna let it get to the point where it's only drops. I'm in no hurry. I try to keep things as neat and tidy as possible and just relax and enjoy the process. All right, it's been a couple of minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and spin this off. Just being careful not to tip it too much as I remove it here. Pull it straight down. You can see the element there. Just invert it into the tank, or drain pan, excuse me. Let it drain out. Now while that's draining, I'm going to go ahead and take care of this. See that little blue O-ring there? The kit I bought actually has a replacement for that, so I'm going to go ahead and replace that. Looking up in there, it looks pretty decent, pretty clean. So I'm going to remove that blue. I don't know how much that's going to take. There we go. Just going to pull that blue washer off. Put it in here just to make sure I don't forget that that's been removed. So now we're going to go to the bench. See here we got our housing filter still in there. Clicks in. Got our blue O-ring. All right, I got my shop rags. See, that filter is a bit worn. Kind of pops out of the housing like that. You can see there's an O-ring here. Comes with the new filter. An O-ring here that also comes with a new filter. Definitely looks like the right part. So we're going to snap this in. With a resounding clunk. And now we're going to replace this gasket also. Probably have to get in here with some kind of tool. A dull screwdriver. Works every time. Take this O-ring out. And then the blue O-ring that we took off of the little spindle under there, we're going to put that aside also. And we're going to get our replacements here. Nice little Ziploc bag. Now I'm going to coat this baby with diesel fuel because it is an oil and that lubricates, you know. We'll take that, we're going to put that on the housing where the old one was. Definitely a little more snug than the one I took off. So that tells you something, right? That doesn't get replaced. That just fell out of there, so careful of that. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and reinstall this baby so I don't lose that for the water trap. Just make sure you don't cross-thread this thing. Now there's no torque specification for this that I could find. So give it like 3 squeaks, maybe 4. No, 3 squeaks was it. Perfect. And then we're going to grab our other gasket. And I'll meet you under the truck. We'll put all this stuff back together. So now we're ready to install our new fuel filter. Got my torque wrench here set to 20 Newton meters. I don't know why this camera won't focus. Trust me, it's set to 20 Newton meters. Got my filter installed in the housing. Got my little blue O-ring here. First thing I'm going to do is install this puppy up on that stem. Put this guy on here like this. There. Got it seated. Just make sure it's on there right. I got my housing. I pre-torqued my drain. I'll put that up in there. Spin it. I'm going to get my regular socket to tighten this, and I'll finish it off with a torque wrench, so bear with me. Actually, my torque wrench does have a ratchet, so I'm just going to do this. Oh, it's making all kinds of weird noises. Squeaking. Carrying on. There, just torqued up. Perfect, right? It's all good. Let's do a quick inspection here. Everything nice and tight junction there. O-ring showing through. It's all good. So, step 15. Don't know how many steps there were here, but we'll call it step 15. Get inside the truck. Do not put your foot on the brake. Have your key nearby and push the start button. Supposedly now the fuel pump is running. I don't hear anything. There it goes. You hear that? Probably not. Supposed to let that run for about 2 minutes. It ran for about 30 seconds and quit. So it's not going to get to 2 minutes. So now we're going to start the engine. Start right up. Don't see any idiot lights here. Let's get up underneath here and see, make sure she's not leaking. Everything's looking good. Step 22? Are we up to 22 or I don't remember. Anyway, we're gonna reset the fuel filter service indicator. So here it is. I know it says 82%, but I just bought this truck with 30,000 miles on it, and just to be on the safe side, I went ahead and replaced the fuel filter because I don't know, what was done previously. So we're just going to go here, dial this up and down. You get to fuel filter life, reset. Are you sure you want to reset? Yes. Reset. Didn't reset. Okay, well, I'm just going to turn the engine off because I reset it like 52 times, And I got the confirmation too. The old confirmation that says you did that right. There we go, success. Apparently, when you reset it, it doesn't automatically flip to 100. You have to actually turn the engine off and turn it back on to get that wonderful confirmation that you have done a perfect job. Thanks everybody for tuning in today. I got to dream up some more stuff to do with my truck. I'm getting bored. I've replaced the oil filter, fuel filter. Time to do something else. Please stay tuned.